Welcome to another highlight video from the Emu Club. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching.
Out here, bro, in Maryland, that shit is terrible. Like I can't if you're not on the speed limit, you finna get a ticket.
Damn. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just got a ticket last weekend. Coming over the bridge from Delaware to Jersey. I was going to go to see my grandma and stuff, and I literally I got pulled over by like the highway police.
See?
And I used to take that bridge every day. I used to work at like the Wawa right over there last summer. I took the bridge every day. And I never even saw like a speed limit posting. And I used to go like, you remember like that Drake songs like 90 on the bridge, like Nicky,
Right,
yo, already know. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be going 90 on the bridge, playing that every day. I'll play that same song, just fly over the
I
bridge.
just to get there. Yeah. No, I get it though. I get it.
Yeah.
Next
So I
thing you
got
know,
a
I pull
ticket.
you over. You talking about? I don't even know why you pulled me over.
I was so confused. I was like, what are you talking about? I was
What
like,
you
what I do?
name this way, ain't it? What you mean I was speeding? That don't even make no sense. Just want something in your house to protect you and your family, and that's something that I can understand.
Yeah, the Second
Yeah.
Amendment was built off of if the government ever tried to overthrow the
It's
Declaration of Independence, it was so that the people could fight back for what was right and what they wanted their
right,
rights to be. Because in the
right,
Declaration of Independence, truthfully, the people that are in Washington right now, they don't do shit unless
right,
we tell them to.
right.
There's no change unless we're the ones throwing the protest on
Storming the
gun
Capitol.
reform.
Right,
We're
literally
storming the
starting like
Capitol. Like, yeah, it's we the people. Everyone comes together and we're like, we choose you, you, and you to make decisions for us. It's
right,
like you didn't get there by yourself. So if you try to overthrow us, we have this gun law in place to where we're able to
right,
buy guns so we can protect ourselves against your military that we put like it's a
right,
whole thing.
right, and it's sick because like that's what it's supposed to be, but then it's like that's not kind of what it is, and I feel like it's kind of abused on both sides, and the fact that like you could say like conservative take advantage of that fact, and the fact that like they want the 50 drum mags and all this stuff and all this crazy stuff, but then it's like you can also say like on the side of liberals who are saying you shouldn't have kind of any weapons at all. So my personal belief is kind of
Who
you kind
said
of have to
that?
find that happy medium.
Yeah,
What
it's really a state by
what
state thing. Like I know,
It
like
is. It
I live
is.
in
Yeah.
Delaware, right? Like at 18, you can walk into. Back when I was 2018 was different. I think 2018 changed a lot of laws
Example, just Stephen
nationwide.
Hawking. Like,
Yeah,
you just take Stephen Hawking. Like yes, he's somebody you would consider disabled, but he's made many great contributions to the scientific field. So just because I feel like that's the thing too is like a lot of times we base our like value off of like physical attributes when a lot of times kind of should be based off the mind.
mm, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Was he always disabled?
Not that I
A lot
know
of
of,
people.
is you never really know what their true potential and true greatness can be because there's disadvantages are stacked against them from day one.
But I think like it's really important to note like basic statistics, right? Like you have a bell curve, right? And in America, there's what 300 million people. The majority of those people are going to be on the side of average or below average, right? That's just basic statistics. Then you have like the middle, like the little middle part. Then you got like the above average people, right?
Right,
But not everybody can be above average. Like not everybody can make it. Not everybody has the social skills. Not everybody has the networking skills, the personality for it, the brains for it, the wherewithal to do your own thing. Like even as something as simple as making this podcast come to fruition. And shout out to all the 10 people in here watching right now. But telling somebody that's just a homeless guy, like go make a podcast and get 10 viewers in it. They wouldn't even know where to start. They're at an extreme disadvantage. But it's kind of like people like even at Howard, right? There's what 13,000 people there now with the new class. Not
right,
everybody is gonna make it. Some people are gonna live a life of an average person. The majority is because that's what average means. It doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's the average. It's nothing special. It's not drastically good. It's not drastically. I think it is interesting to see different perspectives. I know like a lot of times it's easy to kind of jump on a bandwagon, kind of just say like or kind of have already notions perceived about Spencer because of like the things that he said or like the way he looks. But I think it's just more of an interesting, like just kind
And
of
I mean, me personally, like, I'm happy that we can have this conversation though, like civilly, like no
No,
bullshit. Like I'm
100%.
glad, like I'm glad this conversation can really be had. Like, cause
yeah.
it's just it's a conversation that needs to be had. So,
Yeah.
but go ahead, Eric.
So
Yeah, I'm just more talking to like the comments because it's like they're not the friendliest comments, but it's kind of like it's
I
more
could
of like
care
a
less what they're
perspective
saying.
talk. Like Spencer can only do what Spencer can do. Spencer can't change the 1%'s minds. He's not in the Illuminati as far as I know. So it's kind of like he only can do what he can do, and he's only experienced what he experienced. A lot of stuff that we usually tend to talk about is stuff that we haven't personally experienced. And if you are not a white person, the top 1%, like you don't understand how that feels. Just like a white person, the top 1% doesn't understand how like a lower class or middle class black person feels. So it's kind of like you can listen, you can comprehend, but I don't think that there'll ever be a means of it's like, oh, like I understand what he's saying now. Like that makes sense. Because like growing up how you did is very different than growing up how I did or how he did. That's all I wanted to say.
But then I think too, that's also like has a lot to say to like the point of the system too, because we're not gonna also sit here and act like the system isn't made for niggas to be divided. Like that's just what it comes down to. Like
No,
the
that's
system is
that's
made for
facts.
people. Like it's like it is like it's definitely made for people to be divided instead of united. So I would also say that that's also a big part of it is the fact that like yes you get to experience this stuff and maybe you got to live a decent life and stuff like that, but then you also have to realize that people at the bottom also are going to view it a different way because they have experienced a different way of life, and so it's not going to be seen as the same eye to eye. House. So I'm not about to take it. I'm honestly, I'm perfectly okay with letting everybody else be guinea pigs. Like, that's why everybody that's gotten it so far, that's why I always ask them, like, oh, you got your first shot? How you feel after it? Cool. You be okay, cool. Oh, you got your second shot? How you feel after that? Cool. Okay. Like I really be taking notes on how people be feeling and all that. And unless it was like, I gotta take the vaccine to go back on campus, maybe, I might not even take it then. But if it was like, you gotta take the vaccine to go on campus, I might. But yeah, I'm about to give this, another month, another couple months and see how it play out. But yeah, I will not be taking that. Moderna or the P5s or any of that. What about
The
y'all? Y'all
Johnson and
took it already?
Johnson.
Y'all don't take it?
So my parents are supposed to be going taking it on Thursday. I have decided to not take it just because of what some of my friends and family have gone through with taking the shots. Because some of them feel like absolute dog shit after the second shot or the first shot, and then some of them they had no symptoms whatsoever. So I'm a little iffy on it.
Okay.
Now, if I have to get the vaccine to travel, to get back on campus, yeah, I'm probably going to take it then. Because I don't like online classes. That shit's ass.
Yeah, no. Like, I don't know. I really just don't trust. Like, I don't trust it. At the end of the day, like, I don't buy it. Like, and again, like,
So if you want to get roasted,
How is he roasting?
yeah, I mean you can read those later. But Sarah
Spencer is the
Parker,
white guy you meet who immediately tells you about how he had like 2.5 black friends. No?